An upcoming post-apocalyptic show is based on one of the most seminal books of the genre. If it is done right, it could be even bigger and more ambitious than Apple TV's Silo and Prime Video's Fallout. Considering how Silo and Fallout have etched their own place in the post-apocalyptic genre, it would be unfair to compare them with an upcoming series. However, the sheer strength and popularity of the upcoming show's source material suggests that it could become one of the best modern additions to the genre. Written by Robert McCammon, Swan Song was first published in 1987 before it won the prestigious Bram Stoker Award in the same year. Owing to its similarities with Stephen King's longest book, The Stand, Swan Song is still often compared with King's novel. Beyond that, though, the book has a massive following of its own, with many readers praising its vivid imagery of the fears surrounding a brewing nuclear war and solid narrative momentum across its sprawling storyline. If its upcoming TV adaptation proves to be a worthy take on the book, it could rival some of the best post-apocalyptic shows out there. Swan Song's TV adaptation can be as good as Silo and Fallout, if not better. Considering how popular Robert Arthur McCammon's Swan Song has been since its publication and how readers have constantly compared it with Stephen King's The Stand, it is almost surprising that it has not been adapted for the screen yet. Compared to most other post-apocalyptic shows out there, Swan Song does adopt many familiar tropes. For instance, much like many post-apocalyptic stories, it revolves around a devastating catastrophe that wipes out much of humanity, pitting scattered survivors against both external threats and the darkness within themselves. The more it progresses, the more it introduces everything from opposing factions to a stark battle between good and evil. However, what potentially makes it a TV show a fascinating addition to the post-apocalyptic genre is its visceral nuclear pedigree. Silo and Fallout are easily two of the biggest ongoing post-apocalyptic TV franchises right now. While Silo focuses on a slow-burning political mystery while unraveling the truth about its central apocalypse, Fallout is a large-scale satirical thriller. Compared to the two, Swan Song is far bigger in scope as it unfolds across different locations in America and captures the true horror of nuclear winter. While it adopts fantastical elements like Fallout, its fantasy has more of a darker soul that makes it a horror story. Most details surrounding Swan Song's TV adaptation remain unknown, but it has been revealed that Greg Nicotero, of The Walking Dead fame, will helm its pilot episode. Meanwhile, Russell Rothberg has been revealed to be its showrunner, who has affirmed that he intends to stay true to the source material. With two creative powerhouses already associated with the project, it seems to have immense potential. Since the show is yet to be shopped by a streaming service, it could also heavily benefit from being acquired by Prime Video or Apple TV, given their recent success with post-apocalyptic adaptations. Swan Song's success can also make up for a failed Stephen King adaptation. Stephen King's The Stand has been adapted twice for the small screen. The first one premiered in 1994 and received a lukewarm response. Over the years, though, it has garnered more of a cult following. Another adaptation of the book saw the light of day in 2020, which was panned as an underwhelming take on the original book. Since Swan Song was published a few years after The Stand, many believe that it heavily drew from the Stephen King book. Its similarities with the King's novel seem a little too obvious, which has also prompted many readers to compare it with the King of Horror's post-apocalyptic book. If Swan Song's adaptation ends up being as good as its source material, it could make up for the failed takes on Stephen King's The Stand. Owing to its similarities with The Stand, the upcoming adaptation of Swan Song could also prove that The Stand deserves another shot at getting adapted. While it is too soon to predict whether the upcoming adaptation of Robert Arthur McCammon's Swan Song will be able to match Silo and Fallout's success, it could become the next big post-apocalyptic series if done right.